Royal Crown Digital presents Ekwensu in Igboland, the truth about the most misunderstood. Deity in Igbo Traditional Religion. For generations, the name Ekwensu has stirred fear, controversy, and misunderstanding. Today, many people describe Ekwensu as a devil of Igbo religion, yet history reveals a far more complex story. Was Ekwensu always regarded as an embodiment of evil, or did centuries of cultural and religious change reshape the meaning of an ancient deity? To answer that question, we must journey into the spiritual world of the Igbo people long before colonial rule and missionary influence transformed indigenous beliefs. Traditional Igbo religion recognized Chukwu as the supreme creator and source of all existence. Beneath Chukwu were numerous spiritual beings known as Alusi, each entrusted with responsibilities over nature, justice, fertility, rivers, forests, warfare, commerce, morality, and community life. These spiritual forces were not viewed as absolutely good or absolutely evil. Instead, they reflected the balance, complexity, and unpredictability of life, each serving a unique purpose within the spiritual order. Among these, Alusi stood Ekwensu, one of the most debated and misunderstood figures in Igbo traditional religion. Contrary to modern assumptions, historical evidence suggests Ekwensu was not originally regarded as the equivalent of Satan. Instead, it was associated with courage, strategy, competition, negotiation, strength, and warfare. Warriors, hunters, and traders sought his favor before dangerous expeditions, where success depended upon intelligence, discipline, bravery, and decisive action. Because Igboland consisted of many autonomous communities, beliefs differed from place to place. Interpretations of Ekwensu varied according to local traditions, oral history, and cultural practices. There was no single centralized authority defining one universal Igbo religious doctrine. Customs evolved naturally through generations, preserving diverse understandings of the spiritual world. Shrines dedicated to Ekwensu contained carved symbols, sacred objects, and ritual offerings presented by priests and devotees. These ceremonies were not acts of devil worship, as later writers often claimed. Instead, they represented agreements between communities and the spiritual world, seeking protection, justice, prosperity, victory, and guidance according to established traditions and moral obligations. Everything changed during the 19th and early 20th centuries as European missionaries expanded across Igboland. While translating the Christian Bible into Igbo, missionaries needed a local word to represent Satan. Ekwensu, already associated in some traditions with conflict and unpredictable power, became the chosen translation. This linguistic decision profoundly reshaped public understanding and permanently influenced how later generations perceived the deity. As Christianity spread through churches, schools, and colonial institutions, the Christian interpretation gradually replaced earlier meanings. Sacred shrines were abandoned or destroyed, rituals declined, and many younger generations came to know Ekwensu only through Christian teaching rather than traditional history. Today, historians, anthropologists, and cultural scholars continue examining these traditions. While interpretations differ, many agree that reducing Ekwensu to a simple symbol of evil overlooks the richness and diversity of pre-colonial Igbo spirituality. Like many ancient deities around the world, Ekwensu represented powerful forces that could be respected, feared, or invoked depending on circumstance rather than absolute wickedness. Understanding this history does not require accepting or rejecting any religion. Instead, it reminds us that language, culture, and belief constantly evolve. Translation, colonialism, and cultural exchange can reshape how entire civilizations remember their past. The story of Ekwensu is ultimately a story of memory, identity, and interpretation. By exploring the past with honesty and respect, we gain a deeper understanding of Igbo civilization and of how cultures preserve, redefine, and sometimes transform their oldest traditions. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this documentary, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Royal Crown Digital. Share this video with your friends and family to help us continue preserving and sharing history through engaging educational documentaries. Royal Crown Digital, bringing history to life.